Hi Sparkles, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, and we'll be talking about pathogenesis. Women have women have complete ownership in of the human race. Women are creators of the human race. That is why a woman have the ability to create. That is why a woman have a womb inside her. A woman have God inside them. So let's talk about pathogenesis and how detrimental it is to men and the men race. We all know that the Y chromosome is shrinking. That means men are disappearing. The more the Y chromosome shrink, the more women give birth to girls, to the feminine gender. But now that the birth rate is constantly declining and the Y chromosome is shrinking, is this something that's going to be detrimental to the human race, or is it something that will be one of the biggest form of liberation to a woman? Let's talk about it. I will be using the concept of pathogenesis to to convey this message. Pathogenesis is basically when a female organism is able to give birth, is able to take she's able to have a form of fertilization without sperm or without any external need to fertilize our egg. So we can see that there is a form of women of the female organism giving birth by themselves without sperm or without external fertilization. So, how can this apply to the human race? Because we have not seen any form of women that give birth by themselves, because till now, women still have to, go through that process of, you know, having sex to give birth. But what if men disappear? What if all men go sterile? What if men are unable to impregnate their women? Or what if there is a point where all men disappear because the Y chromosome is shrinking, is constantly shrinking? Women are holders of life. Women are the ones that owns this earth. It's all started from the womb. It's all started from creation. It's all started from a woman. So, if women are the ones that are holding this earth, are the ones that can be a sense of liberation for humanity, how does pathogenesis actually liberate humanity? So, let's see it from an angle. We all know that human beings can't perform or doesn't have the ability to actually perform pathogenesis, because human beings still have to go through that mating process of giving birth. But if there is a point in earth, in time, that men men disappear, or men go sterile, or they all of them just can't impregnate women, human beings, the woman body would have to evolve. Listen to me. The woman body would have to evolve to a point where they can perform their own sense of fertilization within them, and that is pathogenesis. I see it as a form of evolution to a woman's body when it is needed, because if you know biology, evolution is basically where a an organism an organism an organism exhibits a particular attribute, or evolve into having a particular organ, or something that's going to actually help them to survive. And we can see them in our giraffes, in our lions. Like, they had to evolve. Even human beings, we had to evolve a primitive from being a primitive being to actually have sense of cognitive reasoning, to really have sense of the mind, to really become human. So we are once animals. We had to evolve from being animals to being humans. It was a form of evolution. So if there was a form of evolution in us humans, because we can see that in the Homo species, in the Homo erectus, in the Homo sapiens, they were all forms of evolution. And even the Homo sapiens were evolved from older Homo species. It's all a lifelong form of evolution. So if the human race had to evolve to where it is now, and because of it had to survive in that state of environment. It had to survive. So if there is a if there is like a place where all the men disappear, or a man can impregnate their women, women will have to evolve into a state of fertilizing themselves, which is pathogenesis. They will have to evolve into having this ability, because because the human race is actually going to stop completely if women stop giving birth. So that is one of the liberating things for women. There is actually a possibility that women are actually going to evolve into exhibiting the process of pathogenesis, into being able to fertilize yourself as a woman. And if if smaller female organism like lizard, like other animals, can actually perform pathogenesis, there's a possibility that the human women race can perform pathogenesis when there is a need for survival, because that is what evolution is actually about. It's actually when there is a need for survival. When there's a need for survival, that is when we're actually going to evolve this. So this tells me that being a man, you like there is no, like, the fact that the Y chromosome is shrinking, and the fact that there is so much, disruption, the natural law order, which is the matriarchal system. Matriarchal system is not even about having ownership about a man. It's about balance, it's about harmony. And since there is a patriarchal system which is disrupting the natural law order, there's a lot of disruption in the male organism, like their Y chromosome shrinking within the walls and everything. And the only way that they can liberate themselves is if women actually evolve into having this ability to perform pathogenesis. And if women could actually perform pathogenesis right now, it will be one of the liberating things that will happen to women. That means women have the ability to sustain themselves. Women are the it will be really clear that women are the ones that are actually owning the earth, because every single thing has been displayed from a male angle, because of they actually wanted to portray women as weaker and lesser human beings, whereas women are powerful and liberating human beings. And once men start to understand that women have the capacity to evolve to perform pathogenesis, and we don't know for now because there is no form of like recording that women can perform pathogenesis. But if a man can say that a woman can perform pathogenesis, a woman can give birth on her own, it will be the most liberating thing to ever happen to the human race.